In this video we are going to see how expensive is an F1 car. Now before we get into the video, let's go and see some of those cars in real life. Okay, I hope you enjoyed the little trip we had there. So let's now begin the video. Starting from the front of the car, it's the part that gets damaged quite easily. It is the front wing. It has quite a lot of complicated elements, especially back in 2018 where we had incredibly detailed wing designs. It costs around $150,000. On to another part that gets replaced quite a lot. It is the tires. Unlike your regular car tire, they cost around $3,000 a set. The halo is the big titanium piece that protects the drivers, and it comes with a cost of $17,000. Right near the halo, we have the steering wheel. It has a lot of complex switches, buttons, paddles. It also has an LED screen. There's a lot going on there. There's also a lot of money that goes into making one. A single steering wheel costs around $50,000. Also let me know if you want to see another video where I explain all the buttons on an F1 steering wheel. Moving on to the back of the car, it's none other than the rear wing. It is one of the most vital parts on a Formula 1 car, and it has a price tag of $85,000. The main piece of an F1 car is the chassis. All the additional parts, like a front wing, are attached to it. This also plays a vital part to protect the drivers that are going around the circuit in 300 kph. It is made out of 15 layers of carbon fiber, which brings the costs to $650,000 to $700,000. The rest of the car is also covered by carbon fiber, such as the floor, the mirrors, and all the additional bodywork. Those parts add another $120,000 onto the bill. An F1 car without the brakes wouldn't be a fun thing, as we have seen plenty of times, like Lewis Hamilton in 2014 Hockenheim, Bahrain 2017 with Max Verstappen, or more recently in 2020 with Sebastian Vettel around Monza. The brakes play a vital part in the car, and that's why it costs around $65,000. Now it's time to get into the inside components of the car. If you think the prices you've seen were expensive, wait till you see some of the ones that are inside. Fuel tank. It's a very important part of the car. There's no margin for error for that part to break, leak, or anything like that. We unfortunately saw what would happen in Bahrain 2020 with Grosjean's crash if that fuel tank gets destroyed. That's why the teams are making the extra effort to make that fuel tank as indestructible as they can. And it costs around $50,000. Now, the hydraulics sound a bit vague, but let me explain. An F1 car would not be able to work if there were no hydraulic system. They're being used nearly on every part of the car. It is involved in power steering, clutch, gear shifts, differential, TYRES, reverse gear, throttle, brake-by-wire, wastegate, and variable inlets. And with that much involvement, it only costs around $175,000. Now we're getting into the heavy hitters. The gearbox. It works in an incredibly fast rate. When an F1 driver clicks one of the paddles to change a gear, it only takes 0.05 seconds for the gearbox to make that action. As it plays an incredibly important role, it comes in with a cost of $400,000. The power unit consists of 7 parts, and they are internal combustion engine, a turbocharger, motor generator unit H, known as MGU-H, motor generator unit K, as known as MGU-K, energy store, control electronics, and the exhaust system. All those 7 parts in total cost the teams around $10 to $12 million. That makes a total of nearly $40 million if you want to build an F1 car. And that is excluding the R&D costs. Thanks so much to Racing Studio for providing their model for me to create content. Make sure to check them out. I always leave their link in the description down below. And don't forget to like the video and make sure to subscribe. And I will see you in another video.